All these girls want to portray to be that girl, but guess what? Samora's always that girl.
When you see the queen, bow down, bitch.
Y'all bitches think something funny. Well, let me show you what's hilarious, because I always get the last laugh.
Here we go. The flyest one is from Buffalo.
Everybody knows I'm a bad bitch.
Yes, I have a wallet, but watch out when I let it down.
Thank you for supporting Keemojo Productions. Hit the subscribe button now. Subscribe. Previously on Unfiltered Realness.
So do you know Rhedd?
No. I don't know Rhedd.
So have y'all had a conversation about Rhedd?
Like, if we had conversations?
Like, girl, I feel like you believe you know something that you don't want to give it to me. So
No, I haven't really.
I never met him.
Touched, like other than the pumpkin recording where we did the pumpkin house. Other than that, I don't have an issue necessarily, but I know that there's like borders that.
I'm not talking about that.
I guess because the man situation. But that don't bother me.
What man situation?
Cause I already knew that. But I'm glad Rhedd got me, and I'm happy.
What man situation? So her Quentin?
Yes.
Oh.
We already know about that.
Who's Quentin?
Mine.
Yours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord.
That's when Rhedd made the comment. Oh, you tried to talk to me 8 years ago.
8 years ago was a long time ago.
Maybe yes.
A long time ago.
8 years
Why
ago.
did you mention that?
That was the 18th century, man.
8 years ago, baby, I've been with him for 22. If you want him, you can have him. Trust and believe he's gonna come back.
So I'm just sitting here at this table, and I'm like, well, damn, is we even gonna get on a conversation what we really came here for? These bitches got to talking about Patricia, fucking, sucking. At this point, are you gonna feed the homeless your dick, your pussy, your ass? Which one? You supposed to feed these people food. Why are we even talking about this bullshit? Like, come on, can we get to talking about what we really came here for? Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna come out. Honey!
That man on politics.
You almost gave me
I'm gonna say, honey, let me just stimulate you. Get them nuts. Them nuts.
No.
Not stimulate you.
Crystal is crazy as hell. Like, why is you bringing weapons in these people's establishment?
Before we, y'all, because y'all about to dig in, and I already digged in, I just wanted to, I'm so glad you came, Tandy. Because I just wanted to ask, like, what was all, because a little birdie told us that something was said about me liking you and Miss J liking Scotland at y'all's little breakfast thing. And I just wanted to just let you know that whenever I be saying that, like, you, oh, that's my boyfriend or what, that's all fine.
Yeah, I know. We already
I'm just trying to get a good understanding because supposedly, like, I'm just head over heels for you.
Comment was said.
And we got beef, girl. when the fight started.
Who?
Me and you.
Who said
What
that?
was it?
We have beef.
Oh, who said that?
Who said that?
I'd be upset when you say Teddy, you know.
Oh, child.
Listen, it's all a key.
Like the old folks.
It's the key comes to me.
The comment was brought up. I don't remember who brought it up. The comment was brought up, and I said,
Was Tico there?
Tico left actually.
Oh.
Tika was there and she left. Comment was brought up, and it really was like it was like neither here nor there. And I even said, I was like, I don't, we don't look at each other like that. It's for a kid. We just joke. It's not that deep.
Okay, as long as me and you got the understanding. Because
No, but I already knew that.
I don't care what nobody else
because
thinks.
they was like, oh, you hurt her feelings for real. And I was like, I didn't mean to hurt somebody's feelings, but I really hurt somebody's feelings.
I didn't know my feelings was hurt.
Thank you. Cause like I'm very genuine. If somebody tells me I hurt somebody's feelings, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm sorry.
No.
But I knew it wasn't that deep. It was never that deep from the beginning.
It was never that deep. I just wanted to get a clear understanding. I was like,
Look, you know your food is hot because you was
my
marching.
feelings hurt. He got my head over heels for him. I was like, no, Teddy's a very handsome guy, but he's not the guy for me. That's just, my play boyfriend.
And I'm glad I came and some more came and set the record straight. We just be keying. That's it. It's just key. We play around. But I'm looking forward to Aubrey's party because I'm out to dress real scandalous. Real scandalous. So today we actually went to the Crab Shack. It was fun, I'm trying to get to know everybody on a personal level and be cordial. So your name was brought up and they asked me how you were doing because they knew I was going to come see you later on today.
Okay.
I told everybody personally, I said, hey, she's doing all right. I mean, I haven't really talked to her too much, but I know I will see her later on today. They asked, I heard that you relapsed, and I always say this too when it comes to the situation. Basically, you're grown, you do what you want to do. It was a statement said, her surroundings, stuff like that. I said it doesn't matter about surroundings because that's your personal thing. I said at the end of the day, nobody else around you, holds a cup of tea in your mouth or forces you to drink. At the end of the day, that's what she's dealing with, what she's going through. All we can do is sit there and love and support her. And that's how the conversation ended. I was going to touch on the topic basically saying what happened to make you relapse?
It was the month of October. It was the fact that I had to deal with my mom's birthday on the 7th, then the 17th, her death date, then the 21st. And by me being the oldest out of 4 kids, all my brothers, they was coming at me, and it just became too overwhelming.
Okay.
So, but how you doing? Like,
chill. So, I'm alright. I'm still in the trying to get myself organized. I'm not where I want to be in life. Am I happy? I'm getting there. I'm grateful to wake up every day, I'm grateful to have food, clothes, and everything in the house to live in. But it's just the fact that, when I got out the military, so I did 2.5 years in the military. When I was getting out, my plan A was to stay in California, get a civilian contractor job, and work. And bust my ass. I was gonna get paid $31 an hour.
What happened?
So it didn't go as I planned. I planned everything to stay there. It didn't go as right. So with the COVID thing, with this whole COVID and this pandemic, it hit. And it hit bad. To where they weren't hiring any more people. And they were saying, we'll hire later on. But I didn't have later on. I had 2 months. 2 months to get my shit situated. So when that happened, I called them. They didn't give me the right answer. So my next move was either go back to North Carolina or come to Texas. Scott was out here. I talked to him. I said, hey, I want to kind of move out here. So he said, okay, cool. Come down. Welcome you, open arms, get you set up and everything. So my transition over here was a little different. I drove here on the 25th, 10 o'clock in the morning, got here on the 26th at 1 p.m. Finally, I was 2 weeks without a job. Finally started working at Sonic. I worked at Sonic for a little while. Then, Rhedd was doing somebody's hair, and the lady was like, hey, we have a position open up at in-home healthcare. So I said, you know what, it's paying better than what I'm doing now. I'm gonna hop on it. I've been working them for 4 months now, going on 4 months. I'm getting a new position soon, so I'll be working a lot during the week and making sure I get money. But right now, trying to just transition into civilian life.
That's why I wanted to ask you, how hard is the transition? Make me understand. Because I know it's a structure. Y'all have So
I'm gonna give you an analogy.
Okay.
Say for instance you have a group of people and there's a head person and they're telling you what to do, how to do it. You have everybody in there that's like, okay, I understand how to do this, but there's an easier way. Sometimes you can't say it's the easier way. Sometimes you have to just go with the flow. And I've been so used to saying, okay, this is how we do it. I look at it as one-track minded. When I was in the military, they teach you how to be one-track minded. You're a robot. You're moving the way you need to move. Consistent of what's going on in your surroundings. So
hi Rhedd, where you been?
I've been hiding in the bedroom. I got a new man, so I just been, entertaining. Not in that way.
Oh.
Yet. Okay. But I just been entertaining. However you want to say I've been entertaining, I've been entertaining. But I hadn't seen you since we last had friends over for the painting pumpkin with a twist. And that was, I'm sorry, you gotta excuse my neighbors over here, because all of a sudden they want to build a whole fucking house. Unless they building a boat to swim their ass up out of here since Trump lost. But I hadn't seen you since then. I know at that time you and I both, you came in the kitchen and helped me make some burgers, some sliders afterwards, but that was the last time that I really interacted with you. And I know, I didn't know but at the time, but I thought that maybe you didn't come around because of the interaction you and Scott had and that particular conversation. Want to tell me about that?
Which conversation?
So the conversation that came abroad about how you found Scotland attractive.
I mean, I used to talk to a guy like Scotland, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I used to put labels as in people that I used to date.
Okay.
So after, I just come to think, I was like, you can't always label somebody on what is what.
Mm-hmm.
But, I would never, really date nobody that wear, hair like me.
Mm.
But, he wear makeup, that's fine. But if he's not interested, that's fine, we can go about business. But we still could be cool and be friends, you know what I mean?
So you became more open-minded in the gay culture.
Yeah.
So just as long as you guys accept each other is basically what you're saying. Okay.
But that's not why have not been coming around. So, as you know, I did a recording with Keemojo Production.
Mm-hmm.
I shot this angle, and I was thinking about some of the stuff that I was talking about. I was thinking about I really know myself as much as I thought about it and as I looked at it. So, and I was thinking oh shit, you get to know yourself more once you see yourself.
Look back at it. So what do you know more about yourself?
So I was talking about telling people on how, I'm not open with my dad.
Okay.
About me being gay or whatever. And
why?
I don't know.
Is your father judgmental? Is he, which I know most of them are, but is he judgmental and you feel like that? Do y'all have a good relationship now?
No.
Okay, so why wouldn't you just tell him? Because what worse could it do?
I thought about it.
Is your dad your financial supporter?
No.
What more could it do? If dad's not gonna cut you off any credit cards, if he's not gonna cut you off any bank accounts, what more could it do? Because I feel like that's the part where we all decide that we want to come out, and then coming out to your dad and stuff, that's a big hurdle to get. And if you can come out to them, you can come out to anybody.
So, as far as me transitioning to civilian life, I see a lot of people doing certain things, and I'm like, why are they doing that? Why are you doing it this way? Why don't they do it another way? And it's just me, I had a conversation with my uncle last night, and it's more of conversations, as in in the military, I can cuss you out and be cool with you 5 minutes later cuss you out again. But in the real world, you can't do that. You can't. And I'm still learning how to kind of protect myself a little bit, open up a little more, because it's different. It's difficult. It's very difficult. Coming from going out on deployments, chilling people that are in the military, working 24/7. I was working 14-hour shifts. I worked the 18-hour shift before. So when I hear even when people be like, oh, I'm tired, I look at them like, you're not that tired. But I have to realize some people genuinely are tired. It's a lot of things that go on, and I question a lot of things to where I'm still trying to center myself and get myself organized. Because like I said before, I'm not running.
So basically your mindset is still you in the army, you in the Navy, I'm sorry.
Yes, my mindset is right over here. My actions are in the middle. So now I'm trying to work on making sure my head is on my body and I'm moving the same lane. And it's a lot of things that I used to do that I don't do no more. I used to draw a lot. I had my clothing business up. I stopped doing that for a while. So now I'm trying to get myself organized because I want to push my clothing business again, rebrand myself. I want to start doing more photo shoots. I want to get into little things that I was doing before I joined the military and when I was in.
What threw you off?
I got depressed. I got very depressed. I went a down spiral. Basically that, I was homesick. I was tired of doing what I was doing in the military because you do something for so long, it gets old. It gets tiring. I don't like sitting still. I like moving around. And my main objective was to be an international hairstylist. I wanted to travel around the world and do hair. I wanted just to do me, do photo shoots, do hair, do makeup, anything dealing with fashion I wanted to do. And it threw me off because when I joined the military, I was like, hey, I'm about to get my money, I'm about to go to college, I'm going to do what I need to do. That was neither nor. I haven't been to college yet. I didn't have the money to actually start on my own brand. It's a lot of things that I wanted to do that I didn't do, and I discouraged myself so much. It pushed me to the bottom of the barrel. All right, so me and Tico talking, it's kind of weird for me. I've opened up to her before, but not as deep as I did now. So as I'm talking to her, it's like running through my mind, like I'm actually acknowledging certain things that went on. And I'm acknowledging that, you know, I'm my biggest critic and I'm trying to be comfortable with myself. And yeah, at the end of the day, it does start with self. And she kind of reflected on it. I learned a lot more about Tico. And honestly, you know, even with your mental disability, not even disability, with the mental crutch, it doesn't identify who I am. I'm still Teddy. I'm still who I am. And I'm still, like, I'm on the verge of trying to find what makes me tick. Find who I am again, dig deep into my heart and just be myself again. And slowly but surely I'm getting there.
You know, and I'm quite sure your dad know it's obvious.
Well, I never dressed like the way you seen me previous. I never dressed like that around my father.
But then we still have certain mannerisms that make them already think. You know what I mean? So have he ever brought that to your attention, that he knew that something was like that and then you just denied it?
No. Well, when I was young, when I was in high school, I had this guy, we was friends, whether we never went together or nothing, like we was cool. So he used to always call me and talk to me on the phone, like we was just sneak and talk. So then it's like this one day, my dad found out that we was still talking on the phone, and he was like, I told you to stop talking to him. And I'm like, why? Like, you couldn't explain to me why. So then that came about why he didn't want me talking to him or whatever.
What was that?
Because he was gay.
Oh.
So I don't know if it was gonna be a big disappointment because I'm his only child, or he would be scared what people would say. Like, I'm not sure what the case of that would be.
Okay. So, and how long ago was that?
I was probably in the 8th grade.
So, are you you're at an age now to where, do you feel like you'll be comfortable with having that conversation with your father?
I think I would leave it as a text and go. Like, text you and let you know and go about my business.
Why?
I don't know.
Me personally, with a text and go, because I'm the type of person, I want to feel your reaction. You know? Because even though I am this way, I'm still your child. You know? I'm still your seed. You know, I want to see, are you gonna be there to support me? Or are you going to just, you know, throw me to the wayside and call it, you know, a day? But I feel like that I feel like it needs to be a personal situation between you and your dad. And the reason why I say that is because you never know. You know, they change over time as well. So it may be you come sit down and talk, he already know what you want to talk about. And then, you know, it's only one or two things that can happen. I love you and I still accept you. Or I love you, but I don't accept your lifestyle. And that's okay. But I think that you two coming to a common ground on that, because sometimes those things that we call like setbacks like that could hold your whole life back.
So where do you go from there if I decide to sit down and have a conversation with him about
Where do your dad live?
Alabama.
Okay, he lives in Alabama. Would you be willing to do, I mean, when I say sit down, would you even be willing to do like a FaceTime video? Because I know you're not going to want to travel to Alabama 11 hours just to say that.
Probably not. Because I know the type of relation we have, and
Does he know how to FaceTime?
Yeah, but most of our conflict come from between him and his girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Okay. So at that time, you said, Dad, I want to have a conversation with you without your girlfriend being present. As your child, honor me that. Because I'm honoring you as my father. But what you could do is you could say, hey, you know, if you want me to, I'll sit right there next to you. I will sit right there next to you while you have that conversation. I will be your support. You know, and whatever happens, happens. But you can never say that you've never done it.
Literally.
Well, let me ask you this. How did the PTSD come in effect?
PTSD came in effect as of, before I joined the military, my close friend, I call my little big brother, he got shot and killed.
Mm-hmm.
So October and November, well actually technically, yes, October is his birthday. His birthday is October 6th. And he got buried later on. So October's a hard month for me. I actually went into the military in November. So his birthday passed, he got killed, and he really didn't even celebrate a whole birthday, a whole month for his birthday, he got killed. So I was dealing with that when I went into boot camp. Okay. Mind you, dealing with a death, close death, because he's like my little brother. He used to come over to the house, chill, we used to drink together, smoke, all the extra stuff. It went from that to me, him not being in there anymore, and I went to the military for myself, but also for him, because it was just like, I see you, big bro. You can do it. Push yourself. You can do it. You can do anything you want to do. You set your mind to. And I did it. And every day I used to look up and pray.
So,
and be like,
what form of PTSD do you have? Like, what is like a trigger for you?
Triggers. Honestly, I never really dug too deep into it. Like, I know I deal with depression, anxiety, sleep insomnia because I don't sleep like that. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I don't really. My thing is this. Even though I have a lot of problems, I don't dwell on it. That doesn't identify as who I am.
Correct.
So when I meet people, I'm like, hey, I'm Teddy, how you doing, or whatever. People don't need to know my personal thing. They don't need to know like my disability, my mental disability or anything. And I don't look at it as a disability because I look at it as I overly think things, which makes my anxiety go. That means that I'm trying to get certain things situated. And now with me trying to get organized, you know, I hold myself back from a lot of things. I'm my biggest critic. And I used to push myself down so much that now when I'm getting out that box and open up my drawer, it's like I don't appreciate certain things that I've gotten in life. Mm-hmm. Like I don't. I really don't. And I can admit it. I feel like, you know, I'm not where I want to be in life, but I have to look back at it. Sometimes I have to sit down and talk to myself like, hey, you went to the military, you did that. You've had jobs, you did that. You actually did half the things that you wanted to do without, you know, where I'm from, people don't do that.
No.
Either you run the streets, you working a dead-end job, you having kids that you can't support, or you gon', you know, you play in the streets and you die. That's the normal. That's the normal. So for me to uproot myself out of my situation, it's just like, it's different. And then for me to move all the way somewhere where I don't really know nobody, and I'm still quiet because of what I went through, it's just like, now I'm trying to open up and be more open. It's a little hard. So right now my plan A is just to get organized.
Then I also realized, like, once I was filming and thought about it, mm-hmm. and some of the question was asked, like, how could I let other people know to be comfortable with their parents once they get in the older state like I am, mm-hmm. and if I'm not comfortable, like what?
Right.
What
so
can I tell them?
How do you fix that?
Just have to fix it just by telling him, mm-hmm. and
because your mom know about you, right?
Yeah.
So your mom know that's where that comfortableness come from, because your mom know about you, and your mom is okay, and you just basically put your dad to the side. You know what I mean? So it's like my mom is okay with it. I'm not worried about my dad. So that's where that comfortableness of being able to tell, like, anybody else, it's okay to tell your parents, you know. But you need to find something deep down in Jermal, that comfortableness to be able to just tell your dad, and watch how things just open up and look more. You'll be able to look at things differently, and it'll be a certain weight off of your shoulder.
I mean, I let him know in a way like, oh, you know, I do hair. Oh, just let you know now I work in such and such.
And what is his reaction to that?
Well, he'll text me every now and then, be like, oh, when I was staying back home, oh, what are you doing now? You have a lot of heads to do. You do a lot of makeup.
So you know what that means? He's slowly grasping the things that you're telling him. So it's getting close to a point to where the conversation will be okay. Because bottom line, at the end of the day, he always gonna be your daddy. And he always gonna love you no matter what. Again, they don't like our decisions on our lifestyle. But they live their life. You gotta let me live mine. I ain't had to come out to nobody. They already knew. So when I was carrying Barbie around and pulling Ken's shorts out, trying to figure out what was down there, and nothing but smooth rounds. I know it. Tell me about it.
So what was you gonna do with little Ken?
I put heels on Ken. Anything Barbie had on, I put on Ken. But you know who told me something different? My grandmother. It's okay, God, don't play with them Barbie dolls. Man, we had convertibles. We had everything for our dolls.
I never forget my grandma told me before she passed. She asked me one time, she was like, get over here and roll my hair or braid her hair. I was like, oh, grandma, I don't know how to do no hair. She was like, baby, be you. She was like, I know, get over here and roll my hair. So after then, it was just like, okay. But it's like my mom family, the whole side, no. So my dad's mom, she know. I text her. But she texted me back. She was like, either way it go. She was like, we love you. She was like, but you know how the streets are. She was like, just be safe at all times.
You said how to what?
She was like, you know how the streets are, how they feel about their life. She was like, just
wait, Jermal, wait a minute.
Like, that's what grandma texted. She was like...
She said streets. Yeah. Wait a minute. Did y'all call it streets?
Well, you know, we're in a bigger city up here.
Got you.
So
we
down
don't say,
there, it was...
Y'all say streets. Here we say streets.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, Rhedd. Yeah, streets.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure it was some new shit I had to hear.
I know, I'm trying to get used to y'all new words up here too.
We don't have no new words, baby.
Yes, it is. The ice box. The ice box. What is the ice box?
Ice box, that's what it is. It's a refrigerator, frigidaire, ice box. An ice box is something that keeps your food. Like they used to put a big block of ice in there.
Which part is the ice box? The top or the bottom?
The whole damn thing was the ice box. I don't know.
Top is the ice box.
Right.
The bottom is the refrigerator.
It just depends, because some of them have the freezer on top and the ice box at the bottom. A refrigerator, frigidaire, whatever.
Streets.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that shit before.
And even with me coming out, like, I recently came out, I want to say probably about close to the end of 2019, middle of it, close to the beginning of 2020. And it's different. My dad's, he's Jamaican and black. I'm Jamaican and black. So it's not accepted.
Oh, no, it's not.
And the downside to that is, like, I tell people, and I tell a lot of people, there's no time, there's no place, and there's no position to where you can do that. I was in a position to do it. So when I finally came out, it was like a breath of fresh air. To where when I did, you know, I've never been around my parents with a male. They used to see me with females. Even though I like males and females, I've never brought that around them, because to me personally, it's a sense of respect. I don't think you're comfortable yet. You say you're comfortable, you say you're this, you're that, but I don't think they would be too comfortable seeing me with a male. At least in their face.
Yeah.
Because my mom's a strict Christian, Bible beater, and it's different for me. Like, every time I get on the phone, she's like, okay, she's cool with everything. She said she doesn't want to hear my love life or my personal thing, but she's telling me her situations, her love life, what she's going through, and I help her out with that. But she's not ready to accept what I have. Because when I came out, she was like, is it a phase you're going through? I said, no, I like what I like. It's not like I'm not a man. And I had to remind her that my masculinity does not deplete just because of my sexual orientation. And my sexual orientation does not identify who I am. And she had to realize that. So as of now, like, I don't feel comfortable bringing somebody around my parents. I really don't. Like, I've had one boyfriend in the past. I never brought him around my parents. My stepmom, I talked to my stepmom about him. You know, I show her pictures of him. She talks to him on the phone, but have I brought them around that part of my life yet? No, I don't feel comfortable yet. I can't. I have to. It's more, and I think it's more of myself saying I don't feel comfortable than them accepting it. Because I don't want something to happen. They be like, oh, they say, oh, we're cool, but they give me the side look. Or they look at me like, damn, this is weird. Cause I'm out of 2 people, I only have 1 older brother. I'm the only one that like dudes. Only one. So it's gonna be different. My brother's behind my corner and he's like, you know, I'm here for you. I don't understand it. I'm here for you though. But at the end of the day, I don't want nobody to do you wrong.
Yeah.
So it's hard when it comes to family. It's a little hard because I can't. It's like I could be myself to a certain extent because I wasn't brought up that way.
So sitting there talking to Teddy, I realized no matter if you male or female, when you're coming out to your parents, it's a very difficult struggle. Sometimes you accept it, sometimes you reject it. In both of our cases, we both was rejected. And it took almost 15 years for me and my father to be on the same page of accepting my lifestyle. And now that we have a great relationship, it's some things that I still don't feel comfortable talking to him about, you know, because I don't want to throw it in his face that I am a lesbian, but he does support me to a certain extent. So no matter if you're male or female, the struggle is the same on both ends.
Thank you for supporting Keemojo Productions. Hit the subscribe button now. Subscribe.